Today we are going to discuss about the metallurgy of copper in periodic classification of elements. Unit 8, Chapter 8 in Chemistry. Metallurgy of copper. So the occurrence. It was named as Cyprum by the Romans because they got it from the island of Cyprus. So Cyprum. So where they found this? The Romans had found this Cyprum in Cyprus island. So the name came as copper. So copper is found in native state as well as in combined state. So native as well as combined, both the states. But aluminium is seen only in combined state. But copper is seen both in native and combined state. Ores of copper. Copper pyrites. CuFeS2. Cuprite or ruby copper. Cu2O. Copper glans. Cu2S. And the chief ore of copper is copper pyrites. So the chief ore of copper is copper pyrite. So it yields nearly 76% of the world production of copper. So extraction of copper from copper pyrites involves the following steps. So the chief ore is copper pyrites and 76% of world production of copper. Okay, and the following steps we will see how the extraction takes place. So concentration of the ore. The ore is crushed and concentrated by Floth flotation process. So the ore is nicely crushed into powder and it was processed in Floth flotation process. So Floth flotation process means the ore is mixed with water and oil, okay, and you are applying the air. While applying it, the ore comes up as a fourth. So that is called Floth flotation. If you want to see, you can see the video which I had given the link in the description box. The next step is roasting. So roasting means how our mother will cook the roasting the planktons or potatoes by roasting. Like that only, the concentrated ore is roasted in excess of air. So excess of air, the ore is roasted. During the process of roasting, the moisture and volatile impurities are removed. So while roasting the ore, the volatile impurities are removed. That is sulfur, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony are removed as oxides. So copper, that is pyrite, is partly converted into sulfides of copper and iron. So copper pyrites, CuFeS2, this is the copper pyrite ore. When it is heated with oxygen, that is air means oxygen, what happens? Copper sulfide and iron sulfides are passed. During this, the sulfur gases evolved. Okay. Next process is melting. Now the roasted ore is mixed with powder coke and sand and is heated in a blast furnace. The furnace is a vessel, big vessel, where the roasted ore as well as the coke and the sand is heated. By heating it, what has obtained? Matte is obtained, that is Cu2S plus Fes. Cu2S plus Fes. That is called matte and slag is formed. But the slag is removed as waste. So the roasted ore is mixed and powdered with the coke and sand and heated in the blast furnace. It is a type of vessel for smelting, and during this smelting process you get a matte of Cu2S plus Fes and the slag, but the slag is removed as impure, that is waste, impurities, that means waste. Bismurization. Now the molten matte is transferred to a Bismuth converter. Why? For what reason you are converting it to, that is you are transferring into the Bismuth converter to get blister copper. So ferrous sulfide from the motti, that is matte, not motti, matte, is oxidized to ferrous oxide, which is removed as a slag using silica. So during this molten matte, that is when you transfer into the Bismuth converter, you get blister copper. During this process, the ferrous sulfide is from the matte is oxidized to ferrous oxide. Ferrous oxide, and it is removed as a slag. So we will see here the equation. That is, this is copper sulfide. When heated with oxygen, it forms copper oxide and sulfur dioxide gas is evolved. Now this copper oxide, that is, this was react with copper sulfide. Again it was, there is these two reacts and forms the blister copper here. Blister copper and sulfur dioxide gases evolved. So this is the smelting process. During that time, the iron sulfide is also there in the molten matte. No, this iron sulfide reacts with oxygen and forms ferrous oxide plus sulfur dioxide gases evolved. So this ferrous oxide is treated with silicon. This is silicon oxide. Silicon oxide. It forms iron silicate, and this iron silicate is removed as slag. Now you understood, no? Refining. So blister copper contains 98% of pure copper and 2% of impurities and is purified by electrolytic refining. So blister copper has 98% pure copper and 2% impurities of impurities. And this was purified, that is the 2% should be removed, no impurities, by doing electro refining. So for this they need a metal to purify the copper. So the electrolytic refining of copper, the cathode they use pure copper metal. The cathode they use a thin plate of pure copper metal, and anode a block of impure copper. Think, cathode contains a thin plate of pure copper metal, anode a block of impure copper metal. So electrolyte, the copper sulfate solution, that is the electrolyte here they are using the acidified sulfuric acid copper sulfate solution. Now what happens means, after you passing the electric current, the electrolyte solution, that is the pure copper, will deposit on cathode and the impurity settles down in the bottom of anode. So now the pure copper is separated and the extraction is over. So you have taken copper from the copper pyrites. Now we move on to the physical properties of copper. So the copper color of copper is reddish brown metal with high luster, means shining, high density, high melting point. Keep it in mind, 1356 degrees Celsius. The melting point of copper is 1356 degrees Celsius. So if they ask in physical properties of copper, reddish brown metal, high luster, high density, high melting point of 1356 degrees Celsius. Chemical properties of copper, action of air and moisture. So the copper Cu reacts with oxygen and carbon dioxide, so and moisture. So the air and moisture. So air contains oxygen as well as carbon dioxide, and moisture is water. So when copper reacts with air and that is moisture, it forms copper carbonate. So copper carbonate, a green layer was appeared. So you think, when just you don't read this also, you see this equation and you can write. So when copper reacts with air, that is air is nothing but oxygen and carbon dioxide. So oxygen and carbon dioxide plus moisture. For moisture, what you have to use? Water. So while copper is added with oxygen and carbon dioxide and water, you get copper carbonate. A layer was formed. Green layer was formed. Okay, this one property. The next one is action of heat. So when copper is heated with oxygen. So oxygen at a Kelvin below 1370 Kelvin. Okay, it forms copper 2 oxide black. So copper 2 oxide, when copper was heated with oxygen below 1370 Kelvin, you get copper 2 oxide black. Again the copper was heated with oxygen above 1370 Kelvin, you get copper 1 oxide red color. So think you get 2 oxides. Okay, copper 2 and when the copper is heated below 1370, you get copper 2 oxide. The same way, the copper is heated at above 1370 Kelvin, you get copper 1 oxide and the color is red color. Now you understood, no? Action with acids. With dilute HCl and dilute sulfuric acid. So you can see when the copper reacts with HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, along with the air. Air means oxygen. It gives copper chloride plus water. So this is the same thing when you that is when you add it with the sulfuric acid, that is this is HCl. When you add it with sulfuric acid, you get copper plus H2SO4 plus oxygen. You get copper sulfate plus water and plus sulfur. Sulfur is evolved. But with dilute HNO3, that is nitric acid, the copper reacts with HNO3 nitric acid. It forms copper nitrate and nitric oxide and water. So nitric oxide gas is formed. So here the water is formed and copper chloride. There is no evolution of gas here in the, that is dilute HCl or H2SO4. When with dilute HNO3, the copper reacts with HNO3, that is HNO3 means nitric acid. It forms copper nitrate plus nitric oxide gas is evolved. Okay, so it is liberated. From this reaction, the gas is liberated. Liberated, evolved or same meaning only. Action with chlorine. So copper reacts with chlorine, gives copper chloride. So copper reacts with, so this is copper and this is chlorine. Cu copper, Cl chlorine gives copper chloride. So copper 2 chloride. So action with alkalis. There is no action in alkalis when the copper is treated with alkalis. So no reaction takes place. Next we move on to the uses of copper. It is extensively used in manufacture of electrical cables and other electrical appliances. You can see in electrical appliances they use the copper coil, okay, for the conduction of electricity. It is used for making utensils, vessels, containers, calorimeters and coins. There are copper coins is also there. Once upon a time they used this as a copper coins as the rupees. It is used in electroplating. It is alloyed with gold and silver for making coins and jewels. Okay. Thank you for watching the class. If you have any doubts, post your doubts in the comment box. Give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel.